Hey everyone, it's a four-gun guy, and this is another in the series of my PRS stages and practice videos. And today we're going to talk about a PRS Barricade. So if you ever see that in a stage brief, this is pretty much what it's going to be. Now this one's metal, sometimes they're wooden, but it's basically this. You have multiple positions that you can shoot off of. Sometimes they'll have windows in them like this, and depending on how you're going to shoot it, you're going to use some different equipment. So let's talk about some options here and what equipment you might use for this. Well, there's a couple different ways that you could shoot this prop. I've generally started to just shoot it without the use of a tripod, and part of that is because PRS rules state that you have to deploy the tripod on the clock now, so you can't have it like this when you shoot the stage. So I've kind of gotten away from using a tripod. If you're in a match that lets you use the tripod already extended, deployed, then it's not a bad idea. And in that case, generally what you would do is add a front bag here. I've got a rider bag. I should have got it out, put it on, but it's a rider bag that attaches to my Arca rail. And then you can just, pretend that's the rider bag. Then you could just use the tripod as your rear support. Now, I'm going to warn you that this takes time, right? And every time you move your position, you fire, and then you move, and then you're going to stabilize this, with your tripod, and then you're going to do this, and then you're going to move again with the tripod. You could run out of time. Generally on this one, we'll shoot 10 shots. It'll be 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Sometimes they make us use a window, other times they don't. This window here is generally one position, so you can't shoot from the left and then move over to the right and treat it as two. It's just one position no matter what side you want to shoot. So a tripod can be beneficial, but it can also really slow you down here. I think, again, the best way that I like to shoot it is I will use my trusty wee bad tater tot, which is a big heavy bag. I'll open this up like this. I'll come down, and then I'm here, 2 shots. And remember, if you've watched any of my other videos of this, remember I've got my hand up here and I'm pushing down on my scope. So I'm loading this bag, and basically the scope is up against this vertical piece here. And now I am pretty much on target, pretty stable and ready to go. And then you would move up here, same thing. I've got a nice vertical on the right because I'm right-handed. Then I'd come over here on the right. Then I'd come up here on the left. Now, again, I've seen guys come way out here, and you can do that. And maybe you're using this arm up against this to help stabilize, right? Like that. So I'm pushing this arm up against there, and I'm using that. I'm building my tripod right in the rear. Remember, on all these high shots, I'm building that tripod. Or I tend to come right up against it, like I've said before, bring that scope into the side of it, and then I'm this. I've got my hand here, I bring it here around my scope, and this is just what's comfortable to me. I'm on the target right now. And then I do the same on the bottom. So, pretty simple stage. Keep it simple, and if you have your well-balanced rifle, you should be fine. Let's go ahead and shoot, let's shoot maybe 1 shot from each position, so let's do 5 shots and see what happens. Okay, we're gonna start here. Got a little right to left wind. I'm gonna probably start at maybe a 1/2 mil, maybe even a little more. Let me start this video here. Okay, trigger cam's up. Now, I'm grabbing my bag, closing it like this, so when I set it down, it's gonna open. Gun, it opens up. Rifle is right up against the prop. I'm down on my knees, I'm on the target. Pretty good acquisition. Impact. That's about 7 mils of wind. 500 yards, that means there's a pretty good breeze down there. Again, look at my hand on the post, lined up to it. Putting my 1/2 mil mark because I hold wind on the right edge. Using this, remember, this vertical. That was a miss. I think I need to give it even a little more wind there maybe. Or maybe the wind has died down. It kind of feels like it's died a little bit. Let's see here. I'm looking out there. I'm gonna, yep, the wind died. Now we're at about 3/10. So I felt it die a little bit here. Here we are. Now it's picked up just a tad. I'm gonna put that 1/2 mil mark right on it. Impact. Okay, so we adjusted for the wind there a little bit, but I just wanted to show you this prop. Again, you saw what I did. On this side, I'm loading in. On this side, I'm pulling in, putting my hand up here and getting right behind this thing. And look how stable that is. I'll stop talking here. Look, that's not moving. You gotta build that position and then everything will be good. This is another one of those stages, guys, that I used to complicate. I used to get my tripod and I'd have that front bag and I'd be going here and there and everywhere. And I gotta tell you, the challenge with that is if they have you shooting out of these windows, the front bag is level. So all of a sudden that bag might come in here and do this. Now your rifle's canted and you're kind of screwed up. The other thing you have to look at is if it says you have to shoot from this window, make sure that the bag you're using will allow you to load through the window, right? If you're using some big filled bag that doesn't adjust like this one does, and I may even go down to the smaller version of this, it's about half this size, and I use that one a lot too. But just be careful of that. I've seen a lot of guys use a big bag in here and they go to load into it and their scope's hitting. And now what's happened is, watch this trigger cam, I'll leave it on. Now what's happened is you're out here and you aren't balanced. You're not balanced. Now you're having to balance it. And now, watch this. Getting down here. Look at look at what's happening here. Look at that. See that reticle dancing? I'm trying to keep that thing steady. I can't. Now, a lot of it, again, is my age, but I've seen younger shooters do the same thing. You want this center of balance, so when I let go of this rifle, it's balanced, right? And now, I'm just in here. Where are you? I'm on it. Watch. Look at that. Look at that. Now, in this position, what I'm doing here is I've got my hand on the scope, my thumb is on this side, and guess what I'm doing? I'm pushing up against this top piece. I'm literally loading this rifle down into the bag. And so now, as I've said before, look, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It's not shaking, it's not moving. I can come right here and click. So just think about all that. You know, when you're looking at these props and how they're telling you to shoot them. Again, you got to go through these windows, make sure you got the right bag to do it with. So that's the PRS Barricade, short one this week, but I just wanted to run through this one with you. Well, hey, thanks again for everything, for the subscriptions, likes, comments. And by the way, remember, I have over 100 videos that I've shot with scopes and rifles and trigger cams and even some 3-gun stuff. So please browse the library and see if there's something in there also that you might like. Thanks again, everyone, and until next time, shoot straight.